think
Okay,
you've set the
guys.
name wrong.
Wait, what?
I think you've set the name wrong. You put it as 2.
Oh, oops. Nice save. Okay, guys, welcome to the podcast. So I'm with Insidious, just like on the first one, and I need
Hello.
this. So, welcome. Leave a like, I guess. Early telling people to leave a like, but we're gonna start out by getting Insidious's Night of Champions overall rating and his favorite match. Will I fix this? Because he wasn't able to make the Night of Champions review, so, what was your favorite match and overall rating?
My overall rating was a 7.5. It was a good pay-per-view, but it did have potential to be better for some of the matches. I didn't really have a favorite match, but my favorite part of it was when Dean Ambrose returned and basically just destroyed Seth Rollins. So, well, that was a good segment there, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite segments. I'm glad Dean Ambrose is back. Just like I said on the Night of Champions predictions, that the show was dead without Dean Ambrose, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. It's good
Yeah.
that he's back. So, this save, let's hope the editing saved. Behind the scenes stuff, this is what happens when you do a live show. Okay, so WWE Raw review. Where did I set my Raw notes? Okay, so this is the WWE Raw review for the Raw on 9/22/14. So it starts out, I didn't see the first 3 minutes of Raw, so I'm not sure if it's a John Cena versus Brock Lesnar video package or just a Night of Champions video package. Do you know?
No, I didn't see the first 5 minutes of it.
Okay. So let's just go with it was a John Cena versus Lesnar highlight package, because that's all I saw. So the show starts out with Dean Ambrose coming out to a huge pop. He basically just says he's back, and he challenges Seth Rollins, but instead, fuckboy buckethead John Cena comes out. Cena says he was going to beat Lesnar. All hippity fucking do. No one gives a fuck about you. Ambrose and Cena tease fighting. Then Triple H comes out with the Authority. Cena and Ambrose charge the Authority. Rollins runs away, and then Ambrose chases him backstage. They brawl to the back of the arena. And then Cena comes out of nowhere and tries to help. Rollins pushes a guy over and steals his car and leaves. I liked the opening to Raw.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but I think it's a definite rivalry that we're going to see now, Dean Ambrose and John Cena, which shouldn't happen. That he's just going to ruin Dean Ambrose's career, basically.
Yep, they're going to turn Ambrose heel, and then Cena's probably going to, lose to, cheating fashion at the first match. Then Cena's going to win the first match. Dean Ambrose is going to have to cheat to win the second match. Then Cena's going to beat him in some stipulation match, and it's going to be really stupid.
Yeah. I'm not being too impressed by that, so.
Yeah, I want them to keep Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and even Roman Reigns, who I don't like that much, just completely away from John Cena.
I think they should just keep John Cena away from everybody.
Yeah, man, they just need to fire his ass.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Maybe have him as a behind-the-scenes guy. Maybe he should retire from wrestling because nobody actually likes him anymore. So.
Well, you know what the game EWR is, right? Extreme Warfare Revenge.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a wrestling game where you book the shows and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I lowered John Cena down to jobber. And then just released him because he wanted to go. It was great. I was like, haha, fuck you. Now you have no job. But
I wish I did that in real life.
yeah, man, he should be a jobber because he's not a good wrestler. And Heath Slater deserves the main event spot more than John Cena.
Yeah, future world heavyweight champion right there.
Yeah, damn right. So next we have the Authority is backstage, and then Triple H books Kane versus Dean Ambrose, we haven't seen that a million times. And then Cena versus Orton. Oh, wow, we haven't seen that a trillion times.
That was a 10-year rivalry, wasn't it?
Yeah, it started in 2007.
Oh, wow.
We're almost to 10 years, holy fuck. And then Orton and Kane aren't happy, and they basically just say that Triple H needs to tell Rollins to stop starting fights that they have to finish. And
yeah, I have been realizing that sort of stuff's been happening. Because Rollins just runs into the crowd while Kane and Randy Orton just get beaten up.
Yeah. So at this point, I knew Ambrose was winning, and I knew if Orton win, it wasn't going to be a clean finish. So the next match, if you saw, I was kind of mad about Miz taking the title off Ziggler. This made up for it. It was Miz versus Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship in the first match on the show. So Sandow has a fake Intercontinental Championship. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was the greatest thing ever. So there was Let's Go Ziggler chants. Ziggler had a nice neck breaker. Ziggler hits a jumping DDT for a 2 count. Miz gets the figure 4. Ziggler gets the bottom rope. Sandow tries to interfere but gets clotheslined on the outside of the ring. Miz gets the skull-crushing finale for the 2 count. Ziggler gets the famouser for the 2 count. Miz tries to use the roll-up, but, using the tights. And then Ziggler turns it over and uses the tights for the 3 count. It was a good match. I liked it. It was a good opening match. I'm glad Ziggler has the title.
Champions ones.
Yes. Yeah, their SummerSlam match was definitely their best, though. But I'm glad they put the title back on Ziggler. What do you think of this?
Ziggler's actually my second favourite superstar, so I am happy about that. I hate The Miz, so.
Yeah, I hate him too. And I don't hate him as, like, a heel, a fan hating a heel.
Oh, he's a good heel, in my opinion.
I hate him just because he's so shitty in the ring, and I just...
Yeah.
Anyway, so... Next, we had Bo Dallas versus Jack Swagger. Man, I didn't take any notes on any moves in this match because it was boring, or boring? I don't know. I tried. So Swagger makes Bo Dallas tap out with the Patriot Lock or Ankle Lock, and that's about it. And then Zeb Coulter after the match says he believes. Yeah, cool.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. That was the only good part about this segment, but it was honestly, I give the match 0 stars out of 5.
Really, I give it at most a 2, but I wouldn't give it a 0.
Only reason I give it a 0 is because it was like 2 minutes, and it really isn't going to do anything for anyone,
Well, it'd give Jack Swagger a bit more momentum, and I do quite like Swagger, so.
I like Swagger, but I don't ever see him being main event again. I think if they gave him like Money in the Bank now, it would work, but they gave it way too early in his career.
Yeah, I could see him being a US champion, but that'd be it.
Yeah, but I think they're giving the US title to Rusev, and then Kurt Angle's going to take it off him at Mania. If Kurt Angle does return, I want Kurt Angle to stay in TNA, just saying. But
yeah, so do I, but I've also been hearing that that Rusev is going to get the US title, but then he's going to face Cena at WrestleMania.
Oh, that's literal shit. There'll be Let's Go Russia chants, watch.
Yeah, it's just like another Bray Wyatt thing, so his career's starting to go really well. All of a sudden, he has his first WrestleMania, it's John Cena and loses.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a Bray Wyatt thing, because Bray Wyatt's a lot better than Rusev.
I know, but think about it this way, Rusev, he hasn't actually been pinned or submitted yet, so he's undefeated, like The Undertaker was for almost, 2 years, was it?
Yeah, it was nearly 2 years.
So, Rusev's been undefeated for quite a while now, so he should be getting to the main event area with all the wins he's had.
Yeah, he should be getting... Well, I don't say main event. I don't think Rusev's ever main event quality, but I think he's going... The highest he's ever going to get, I think, is upper mid-card, then lose to Cena, and then after he finally loses that feud, then he's going to turn into a comedy jobber. Watch.
I can sort of see him as like a Vader sort of superstar.
I see him...
a future Vader.
I see him ending up as the Great Khali, being a comedy jobber who's huge.
I know, but I think Rusev, with the gimmick that he has, there is some potential to make it even better and then make him into a pretty good superstar.
I see where you're coming from on that. Okay, so next we had a video package for Eric the Actor, rest in peace. And that's about it for that. So, next we have Natalya versus Summer Rae. And my notes for this is fuck Total Divas. And Summer Rae is shitty at everything, and Natalya is a good wrestler. Summer Rae taps out to the sharpshooter at the end. Blah, blah, blah. That's about it.
The Divas division sucks. They could revive it, but that would mean that they would need to, like, get a returning legend, like, perhaps Lita. But, they just need some big-name diva to return, because all they have already is AJ Lee and Paige.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what they could do to the Divas division right now. Trish Stratus isn't coming back. Lita isn't coming back full-time, at least. You know, they're kind of fucked right now. Well, Charlotte's a good wrestler. She could get over, you know, when she comes to the main roster. That could be good. You know, AJ Lee, Paige, and Charlotte at WrestleMania, triple threat.
I'd also like to see Naomi succeed, though. She has got that potential as well.
She's okay. She's one of my least favorite, to be honest.
I don't really like her too much, but I could see her being a Divas champion.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so next, Dean Ambrose versus Kane. Oh, yay. So Dean Ambrose hits a diving European uppercut from the middle rope, or from the middle turnbuckle on Kane. There's a suicide dive through the middle rope by Ambrose. Kane sends Ambrose into the steel steps. Ambrose does this clothesline thing. Missile drop kick on Kane. So that's it. Hold on, I need to find my second page of notes. Then Ambrose hits Kane with the Dirty Deeds, a headlock driver. Then Rollins would attack Ambrose. Then Ambrose would come back and get the upper hand, but then gets choke slammed by Kane. What do you think about this?
I actually thought it was quite a decent matchup. It's probably one of the best ones that them two have had. I'd say that Dean Ambrose is a pretty good in-ring competitor. Kane's just giving him a bit more boost and momentum. So.
Yeah, I'm done seeing Kane on my TV. I want him just gone.
I know, but think about it. He is a legend, and he's not ever going to have like a huge push. He's just putting people over.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think if he's gonna be a legend again, he needs to go back to wearing the mask. That's the only time he's interesting, and even then, he's not that interesting to me.
I think he just needs to retire from in-ring competitors, from being an in-ring competitor, while he still has that slight legendary status to him still. So.
Yeah. Anyway. So next we have Ambrose attacks Rollins backstage when he's talking to Triple H, and then they end up just locking him in a closet, basically. And then I put down the need Great Khali.
Yeah, I don't know whether you saw main event.
No, I don't
but he had like a Miz TV segment. Him, the Miz and Damien Sandow, of course, and they asked him how he got out of that room, and he just said there was a back door. So that was a very smart thinking of the Authority.
Go with the Authority. Yeah, they're very smart.
Yeah.
There's a back door. Wow. So next we have a Roman Reigns medical update. It's the same iPhone video package they played from Night of Champions. And Roman Reigns is supposed to be out for, a while.
He'll be back by Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I don't want him to win the Rumble, though. I really don't.
But to be honest, it's either him or Daniel Bryan, but I don't want to see Daniel Bryan win it because he was in last year's main event.
Or CM Punk. Yeah. No. Kidding.
I reckon that would be the only way that they could convince him to ever come back. Say, they give him, a really long title reign and they give him a Royal Rumble win. And they book him up really well every week, so...
Yeah, he main events every pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Voice crack, wow. But I think if he does come back, he wants a part-time schedule.
Well, he doesn't really like part-timers.
Well, I mean, he'd come back and wrestle only pay-per-views and, the occasional Raw. kind of
Oh,
thing.
to be like a bit like Brock Lesnar, but with a bit more
Yeah.
matches.
Yeah.
Oh, I do see where you come from there. I could see that happening.
Yes. So next we have the 6-man tag match. 6-man tag matches are done, overused. Stop using them, WWE, because it's always just heels versus faces.
Yeah.
Next, so we had Sheamus versus the Usos versus Stardust, Goldust, and Cesaro. So there was Goldust had the awesome face paint again.
I
Cesaro
love that face paint.
holds on to Sheamus's feet when he goes for the battering ram, and he lands on his face. Stardust hits a beautiful disaster variation type thing. There's a sweet super kick on Cesaro. Some people were saying this super kick wasn't that good, but I kind of liked it. Mainly because I'm a huge super kick.
I thought it was average, that super kick.
I'm just a huge super kick mark, so... there was a double suicide dive over the top rope by the Usos, and then there was a final cut by Goldust. Sheamus would break up the pin, and then there was a splash on Goldust for the win.
Well, they always do that. It really annoys me. Like, I don't mind too much that it's always faces versus heels, but they gotta let the heels win sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I think Goldust should have won with the final cut right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just average match, nothing too special. Nothing else really to say about it.
Mm.
So, yeah, let's move on. Seth Rollins would end up thanking Orton for facing Cena, and then he says him and Kane are going to be ringside with a surprise. And as we all know, the surprise, don't say it yet, just because some people might not have watched Raw, who knows. Alright, so yeah, they have a surprise. I'm pretty sure everyone knew what the surprise was right then. But, so next we had the WWE 2K14 trailer, and Cena beats Lesnar in the trailer. What the... Ah, my dog's barking. But, Cena beats Lesnar in the trailer. Just fuck that shit. You know. Why the hell...
Well, they gotta do that for promotion reasons, because he's on the cover. They're not just gonna let him be destroyed in the trailer.
Why not? Fuck Cena.
Well, it wouldn't really make sense. Well, they should have put Brock Lesnar on the cover if they wanted him to beat Cena then.
Yeah, well, they should have had Cena beat someone else, you know, beat Bray Wyatt. I don't care. Well, I do care if he beats anyone, but not as much with Bray Wyatt.
Should have been Kane.
Yeah, someone who he's beat 1,000 times on Raw this year. So I'm excited for the game. I'm not getting the game with Cena on the cover. I'm probably getting the special edition one, and if I end up having to get the one with Cena on it, then I'm gonna glue a picture over him.
Oh, don't. On 2K14, they had like double sides. So on one side it was The Rock, on the other it was Daniel Bryan. I reckon they'll do something similar to that on this year's. So.
I hope. Have Brock Lesnar on the other side, dude. I'd put that game on my wall if Brock Lesnar's on the cover. Brock Lesnar's a beast. But next, we see security is blocking the room Dean Ambrose is locked in. They did this a few times throughout the night. I didn't write it down every time, but I do want to say they did it like 3 or 4 times throughout the night. We saw them blocking the door.
He was probably already out, just drinking a coffee.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I'm ready for this fucking main event. So next we had Mark Henry apologizing for losing to Rusev at Night of Champions. Then Rusev comes out. Lana says not to apologize. She buries the USA chants. Then Lana challenges Henry, and then Henry would accept. And then there was a fuck $9.99 commercial. That's all I gotta say. And then we had Mark Henry. Wait. Didn't they have a $9.99 song?
I think there was at one point, yeah.
Oh, that's literal shit. Why the fuck? No! I need to stop. No one fucking would... Wow, that's shitty.
Even all the commentators are doing it as jokes now because of the crowd taking the mick out of them for it.
Yeah, just...
They've even made a t-shirt saying $9.99 on it.
Oh, these fucking desperate... God, they're so desperate for the subscriptions.
Yeah. They only have like 5 though, so...
Yeah. So we had Mark Henry versus Rusev. Rusev does drop kicks? Question mark.
Yeah.
They aren't good, but you know he still does them.
Yeah. I feel like Cena drop kicks.
Yeah, basically. So then we have Rusev sending Henry into the steel steps. Yep, the steel steps. Then Rusev pulls Henry off the second rope. Rusev gets the accolade. Ref calls for the bell because Henry passes out. They should have done this at Night of Champions instead of Raw. Have him
Yeah.
pass out at the pay-per-view.
That should have been the way the feud ended at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because Henry wouldn't have wanted to actually give up for his country, so he would have just wanted just to not give up and just pass out. So
Yeah. So next, this match is -5 stars out of 5 stars right here.
that sounds good.
Adam Rose and the Bunny versus Slater Gator. This is the match that's -5 stars.
No, that was an amazing match. What are you talking about?
JBL is brutal on commentary, saying he's gonna rip the Bunny limb from limb and like burn him and shit. Like, what the fuck?
I think the Bunny's been proved of who it is now on Twitter.
Who is it?
Justin Gabriel.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because, like, the super kick is, like, the exact same position as, like, what his is. And, like, when he goes top rope, does the same position as well, so.
Yeah. So, my notes are, what the fuck am I watching? And then Adam Rose ends up winning with the party foul, but what the fuck? Like,
Should have been the Bunny.
This shouldn't even be on my TV. It's professional wrestling, not fucking Bunny and pussy running around fucking beating the shit out of, Slater Gators.
Well, I think the Bunny should get a push for the world title now.
Oh my god, fall in a hole. No.
The Bunny versus the Beast.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm just imagining it. Survivor Series. The Bunny versus the Beast.
Then the Bunny's gonna win the Royal Rumble now.
Oh shit. Yeah, the Bunny versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania in a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, the Bunny wins with the frog splash.
Oh god.
Bunny splash, I mean.
Bunny splash off the top of the Hell in a Cell through the announce table.
Yeah.
I'll be legitimately pissed if that happens.
I wouldn't. I'd find that quite funny, but it would ruin WWE. But
yeah, I would never watch WWE again. I'd only watch TNA and ROH. I'd be done with WWE.
Oh yeah, I need to start watching Ring of Honor. I heard it's actually really good, so.
I'm gonna start doing to add more time to these. I might start reviewing ROH on them as well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So next we have the Nikki Bella promo. Yeah, the Nikki Bella promo. She basically just says she's better. Wait, joking? Okay, she says she's better than Brie Bella. And again, what the fuck am I watching? I don't care about this Total Divas bullshit. Brie Bella comes out. And then I have another note, God end this feud. Nikki wants to be known as the Nikki Bella. Then Brie attacks Nikki Bella and goes for the yes lock. Nikki Bella runs away. And then get this off Raw. And then AJ Lee comes out skipping. Oh my god, I really don't care about this at all.
Well, I think it's quite obvious what they're going for with the Nikki and Brie Bella thing. I think they're going to try last out till WrestleMania for a WrestleMania Bella versus Bella match.
Yeah. Did you see that Vince McMahon did, like publicly stated, I think, that he said he didn't want any Total Divas to be champion?
I did actually see that, and I agree with Vince a lot.
I completely agree. I don't think any Total Diva should ever... The only Total Diva that deserves the championship is Natalya.
Or Naomi, in a sense.
Ah, man. Choking. I'm not on that Naomi bandwagon.
I'm not really a fan of her, but I think, well, she was getting a giant push, and all of a sudden, it just stopped.
It was her eye injury.
Because of Oksana.
Yeah. Man. Oh, you know how Ziggler got injured and they stopped pushing him?
Yeah.
You know how he's injury prone?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna do the same thing to Naomi and Roman Reigns, because now they've both gotten injured. Maybe that's why, Naomi's no longer getting a push.
Yeah. Like she was featured on Superstars, so.
Well, Superstars, come on, man. That's the Jobber show.
Exactly.
Oh, man. I haven't watched an episode of Superstars since it debuted on TV, like, in 2008.
I just go onto the YouTube channel and just watch the ending of it.
Yeah. I only do that if it's, an interesting match. Like Justin Gabriel versus someone who could be, good.
Versus Kofi Kingston.
I wonder how many times that match has happened on Superstars.
Oh, it happened on this Superstars. Did you know that?
No?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Oh, this is literal shit. So next we have, next we have Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee with Paige on commentary. With Paige on commentary, it sounded like they ended the, whole frenemy thing, and now she's all serious and could turn into the anti-diva thing.
Good.
I hope. She needs the anti-diva thing.
I don't think... Well, I think the frenemy thing would have been good for at least 1 month, but, like, once AJ Lee got the title, she should have gone, like, completely heel on her.
Yeah. So my notes are head scissors by AJ Lee. Nikki Bella throws AJ Lee into Paige, and then AJ Lee ends up making Nikki Bella tap out to the Black Widow. So, didn't expect Nikki to tap, to be honest.
Yeah.
I saw Nikki Bella winning, to be honest. Because that's what they do on Total Divas is, Nikki Bella wins.
Yeah, I would have thought that would have happened, just to push Total Divas. So.
Yeah. But, so next, we have our main event of the evening. Oh, fucking hippity wow. We have Randy Orton, hold on, I need to say something really fast. Leave questions also, because of, we need questions to answer after we're all done with this stuff, so leave your questions. But we have Randy Orton versus John Cena. There's Cinderblocks ringside, and this fucking pisses me off. You ready for this?
What?
Keep calm and never give up shirt. Oh, you stupid motherfucker. I hate it.
I think that's just why the trend literally ended just before Raw.
Man, I'm fucking done with this motherfucker. Keep calm and never give up my ass. Die, John Cena. Die. Just get hit by a train.
Yeah, well, I do agree with John Cena on that. Keep calm, never give up on trying to get him fired.
Yes, man. Well, don't keep calm there. Fucking freak out.
I know, but you're never gonna get anywhere if you're very angry. Gotta be calm about it.
No, we just need Brock Lesnar to F5 him through 4 flaming tables and call it a day.
Off a ladder.
No, F5s him off a plane. Will the planes go
on top?
Yes. Will the planes, however high planes go in the air.
And so they're basically just in space and he just F5s them.
Yeah. No parachutes either. Oh, man. Can we book that? I'm going to play EWR and book that right now. No.
I hope so.
Man, they need that. Okay, so my notes for this is Randy Orton obviously missed a stomp on Cena's leg. Orton sends Cena into the steel steps. There was a belly-to-back suplex on the announce table by Orton. Orton goes to the middle rope DDT. Cena sends him over the top rope. Cena goes for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Orton kicks him and then gets the power slam. Orton goes to the middle rope DDT, and then Cena goes for the AA. Orton escapes. Orton goes to the superplex, but Orton blocks. Then Orton trips Cena and hits the top rope DDT. Cena reverses the RKO into an STF, and then Rollins and Kane attack Cena. They are going towards the cinder blocks. They pull it up, and Ambrose is under it, and he starts attacking everyone. Cena AA's Kane. Ambrose knocks Orton out of the ring. Rollins runs away, and that was how Raw ended. And there was no fucking Lesnar.
Yeah, well, I find a funny thing about the Dean Ambrose cinder block thing was he was facing the wrong way at the start. I reckon he was actually meant to face the right way, but he was facing towards the stairs. So.
Yeah. So, man, shitty main event. 0 out of 5 stars. Because I've seen it a million times. Their best match was honestly their Iron Man match, in my opinion.
I thought the Hell in the Cell one was pretty good.
They didn't really use the Hell in a Cell. That was my main complaint with that match.
Yeah, well, I think it was quite a good match. Like, it was well fought.
Yeah, Randy Orton's good in the ring, and good ring psychology, and he's crisp and all that. But,
yeah.
So, of course, Cena has to get an AA on someone. At least it wasn't Seth Rollins. At least it was Kane. And Ambrose should have hit his finisher on Kane then, too. But, whatever. So, what do you think about there being no Lesnar? He wasn't even really mentioned except for when Cena was out there saying he was going to beat Lesnar.
Well, I think there's a reason why they weren't really talking about Lesnar. Because I don't think he's actually going to be featuring at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
I think he is. I think him and Cena are having their final match there. And then we go on to Orton and Lesnar. And then probably probably Lesnar, Big Show. And then Lesnar versus Batista.
They can't do Big Show. That'll just ruin it.
No, because they could have...
ruin the momentum.
No? Remember the Royal Rumble match last year? Between Lesnar and... make them have a chairs match.
Tried getting a rivalry with them.
Well, no, make Lesnar have a chairs match with Brock Lesnar. Or, that doesn't make sense. With Big Show.
Yeah, but Rusev and Big Show are actually starting to have a rivalry now. I don't know if you saw SmackDown, but
no.
They had a match and Big Show KO punched him afterwards, so that's a start of a rivalry in my opinion. So.
Well, then I see Orton and Lesnar at Survivor Series, then Orton and Lesnar at TLC, and then and then Lesnar Batista, and then the Elimination Chamber. I see Lesnar in that entering last and winning, and then Lesnar versus the Royal Rumble winner. I think he's gonna face Cena at Hell in a Cell and get a cheap win, and that's gonna be the end of the feud.
Do you want to know what I think would be a very good title match? It basically happened at WrestleMania. Well, it was meant to happen, but it wasn't meant to happen. It looked like it was going to happen. A triple threat between Randy Orton, Batista, and Brock Lesnar. That'd be a good match.
I agree. I liked how they were building towards it. Wait, that's what they could have done. That's what they could do. Lesnar versus Orton at Survivor Series, and Lesnar versus Batista at TLC, and then Lesnar versus Batista versus Randy Orton at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, then Brock Lesnar just kills them.
Yeah, destroys them both with a double German suplex and then a double F5.
You know what? They should actually do this as his new finisher. Like, I don't know if you know who Gore and Perkins are.
Yeah, I know they are.
Yeah, they've 16 German suplexes as Brock Lesnar's finisher in 2K14, so they should actually do that in real life.
Yeah?
One after another.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? On Tuesday, my sister wanted to wrestle with me, and she's like 6. And I hit her with 16 German suplexes and then 2 F5s. I was like, yeah, I'm Brock Lesnar!
How did she react to all of that?
Near the end, she was like, "Oh, these are starting to hurt," and I was like, "Just take it like a man." But yeah, Lesnar needs to hold on to the title to Mania, just like I've said a bunch of times. Yeah,
he's not going to be signing on afterwards, in my opinion.
I honestly think he's gonna leave after WrestleMania and then come back at next year's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, well, I think they'll do that.
So what he'd do is lose WrestleMania 31 and then come back at the Royal Rumble, because they want to make WrestleMania 32 a really stacked card.
Well, they wouldn't do that for two reasons, in my opinion. One, to pay tribute to The Undertaker, because he'll be retiring WrestleMania 32's Hall of Fame. And the last reason, just because, well, this WrestleMania that just gone by wasn't really the greatest of WrestleManias, in my opinion.
WrestleMania 30, you didn't like it?
Yeah, there was better WrestleManias.
There was definitely better WrestleManias for sure, but this was one of the best WrestleManias in the past 5 years since WrestleMania 25.
I know, but they should have done better with it because it is a 30-year. It was the 30th one. They should have thought more about it instead of just making The Undertaker lose his streak and just screwing the good guys over, basically.
No, the good guys won nearly every match. Cena won, Usos won.
Yeah, that's why it sucks.
Cesaro won. I was cheering for Lesnar, so Lesnar was kind of the face for me. Lesnar won. The Shield won. Daniel Bryan won too many. Yeah, it was definitely a face finish pay-per-view.
I know, but I think that was the problem. There was no,
If Bray
I think
Wyatt
that's
would've
what's
won-
ruined the roster. There's no bad guys anymore.
No
It's just
credible
being
heels.
dominated by baby faces.
Yeah, if Bray Wyatt won, it would have made the card a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah,
If he
that
won
would have made
clean,
the
too.
feud a lot better.
Yeah, and if they got the Shield versus someone else, besides, the Old Age Outlaws and Kane, the Shield
Yeah.
versus, who could the Shield have faced? This is
Well,
tough.
I thought their Elimination Chamber match was bloody good, so I
5 stars.
thought that they would have done a rematch at WrestleMania.
They'd already been teasing the Cena Wyatt thing with the Royal Rumble, so they kind of had to go with it.
I know, but they could have done their traditional Raw and just done a one-on-one match and then a 6-man tag team.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So, no Lesnar on the card. Overall rating for Raw was pretty shitty. 2 out of 10.
I give it a 3.
3. Alright, you ready for TNA?
Yes.
Did you watch TNA this week?
No, I didn't watch it live. I did see a few clips, though.
Yeah, this TNA wasn't as good as the past few. It was still better than Raw, but it wasn't as good as the last, 3 months. It's, I think, their second worst show in the past 3 months.
Team 3D have been inducted into their Hall of Fame, haven't they?
Yep, that's later in this, I'm pretty sure. Let me check if I wrote that down. Oh no, we'll go through this though. Okay, so this show started out with a No Surrender video package, which was last week's, large show thing. So No Surrender video package, nothing really too special, except for we got to see Lashley's sick bump. That was great. Oh man, I loved that bump. Did you see that bump yet?
Wait, what bump?
Where Lashley got standing fireman carried over the top rope.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was awesome.
That was a sweet bump. Oh my god. But, so next we have the New York City Gold Rush announcement, which they announced it last week, but we really didn't know exactly what was going on. So next we have MVP video package. Basically just joking. Basically just saying that basically to show clips of MVP. And then MVP came out and cut a promo, and he basically just said he's going to win the New York City Gold Rush. And then we had a Loki video package, which was Caval, I think, in WWE, if you remember him. But we had MVP versus Loki. Oh, I didn't explain the New York City Gold Rush. The New York City Gold Rush was if you have to win a one-on-one match, and then you get put in a 5-way match, and the winner of the 5-way match gets to pick which champion they face. I might be at Bound for Glory, I'm not sure. I hope not, because I still want to see Roode versus Lashley at Bound for Glory. But MVP versus Loki. So my notes are Loki's a beast. Loki was hitting some chops, and then MVP unzips his singlet vest thing and tells him to chop him. And then it was kind of a weak chop, but he did hit a chop on bare skin. And then they mentioned New Japan Pro Wrestling on commentary. Hopefully TNA fixes the relationship with New Japan. Because I think for TNA, what they really need to do is kind of like how they've been doing, bringing in Tajiri and the Great Muta on their big shows. They need to bring in,
Yeah, they need to do more of that because they're both great talent. Well, they're all great talents in my opinion. So definitely future champions. By the way, your mic's gone off. Um, Speaking more of the New Japan wrestling, they need to do more of that. They need to get more talent in. They need to get more. Well, they just need to do what they're doing now and just start showing more of their people, just like what WWE's kind of doing with, well, now he's called Hideo Itami. With him, they've
My bad.
been, yeah, you are now. They gave him like a main event shot, so.
Okay, so where was I last time?
You were talking about TNA and the New Japan.
New Japan thing? Okay. So they mentioned New Japan Pro Wrestling on commentary, so they need to. Did you hear I said they need to fix the whole situation with the
Yeah.
relationship in New Japan and how they need to bring in the indie guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, there was an MVP slingshot suicide dive over the top rope on Loki. Loki gets thrown up onto MVP's shoulders and then jumps towards the back, and it's a sweet mule kick. Loki hits a sweet springboard dive kick. Then he does a springboard dive on the top rope, and he kind of botched it a little bit, but it's okay because Loki's a beast, and he's getting up there in age. But then MVP ends up winning with the drive-by big boot, and he advances in the New York City Gold Rush. Did you see any clips of this?
Not of that one, no.
Okay. None of that one? Okay. So, next we see the Bromans. They're backstage talking. Basically says that, or Robbie E says that he's gonna have two girls on his side. Brokey. Yep, Brokey. Brooke Teschmacher, or Brooke Adams, and Velvet Sky, and then he realizes the cameras are on him and he runs off. I've seen some people say that he's funny. I really hate him. I really don't think he's funny. I think it's literal shit. He's boring. I don't like him.
I don't really understand his gimmick, to be honest.
He's kind of like Zack Ryder in a way, but just shitty. Zack Ryder was shitty too, but... yeah.
Well, he's been moaning a lot on Twitter recently about 2K15, Zack Ryder, so... since he's not in it.
Yeah. So next we have Rest in Peace, Eric the Actor video package again. Rest in peace. So next we have the Wolves versus the Hardys versus Team 3D Tag Teams Series highlight video package. So yeah, then they announced the Wolves will pick the final stipulation in the tag title series next week. And yeah. So, next we have a Robbie E promo. He basically says that he's stronger than anyone in New York City, stronger than anyone in the world, stronger than anyone in the universe type thing. And he says he's from New Jersey, which got a bunch of boos because they're in New York City. So next we have Robbie E versus Tajiri. There was a sweet kick to Robbie Ear by Robbie Ear. Yep, Robbie Ear. Robbie Ear. Just did it again. Robbie E by Tajiri. And then there was You Still Got It chance. Tajiri gets the tarantula locked in, then has to release it, and then the referee's not looking. And then there's the green mist into an awesome kick by Tajiri for the win, and he advances in the New York City Gold Rush. So, Tajiri, he looks like he's on a lot of drugs, to be honest, but he still got it. Not as
good as Yoshikatsu sort of thing.
Yeah. But Tajiri, I hope he, he deserved more than what he got in WWE, to be honest. Same with basically every Japanese wrestler ever. They deserve more than what they got in WWE.
Well, I think WWE have already done a good job with Kenta. I mean, Hideo Itami.
No. They are already doing a terrible job changing his name, in my opinion. They should have kept him Kenta. They should have kept... Did you hear what they changed Devitt's name to? Voice crack?
Wait, they've changed his name?
Yeah, to Finn Balor.
What?
Yeah, Finbaylor. Finn Balor.
Why couldn't they just call him Prince? Why couldn't they just call him
Fergal Devitt? Fergal Devitt. That's what they were originally calling him, and then they changed his name to Finn fucking Balor. Who gives a fuck about anyone named Finn Balor? No one gives a fuck about anyone named Finn Balor.
Well, I do kind of understand why WWE changed Kenta's name because of like copyright reasons.
Yeah, it makes sense with the copyright thing, but with Devitt, they should have just kept him Fergal Devitt.
Yeah, because but they called him Prince They called him Prince Devitt. Why didn't they just call him Devitt or Fergal Devitt?
Yeah, and this is what WWE likes to do. They like to fuck with everything. They fucked up. They're gonna fuck up Kenta. They're gonna fuck up Devitt. Kevin Steen's gonna come out as a fucking pizza guy. Sami Zayn's fucked when he gets to the main roster. Adrian Neville's fucked when he gets to the main roster. WWE's fucking everything up. So,
yeah, I don't see Adrian Neville coming up for a while. Otherwise, she's just gonna turn into a bit of a Bo Dallas style.
Yeah, I see.
They've ruined Bo.
What?
They've ruined Bo. Yeah,
they did. I liked Bo Dallas, and now he's fucked.
Yeah, his match against Adrian Neville was awesome.
Yeah.
But they screwed him over.
Their ladder match, right? First NXT pay-per-view? Yeah. So, they fucked it all up. This is literal shit. Fuck you, WWE. If I had my face cam on, I'd be flipping you off. But, so
I can do that.
Huh?
I can do that.
Nice. So next we have Rockstar Spud backstage, and he says there is no issues between him and EC3. I love these cameraman interviews. It's so weird, just cameraman interviewing fucking the wrestlers. But so then we go to a commercial break, and then after the commercial break we have Rockstar Spud backstage again. And it sounds like he's having issues with EC3 on the phone, and then he realizes the cameraman's filming him, and he runs off. And then we get Austin Aries versus Nux in a New York City Gold Rush tournament. So Nux can do cartwheels. Nux is like the size of Bray Wyatt. And Nux does cartwheels. He did a nice kip up, better than Austin Aries. So Aries, after Nux does a cartwheel, Aries does one. Nux is actually pretty cool. Aries goes for the suicide dive, but takes a big boot from Nux. Nux hits a drop kick. Yep, Nux does drop kicks. Rusev hits the suicide... Rusev? What?
Rusev. Yes.
Rusev's taking over the world. Oh, man. But... so then Aries hits the suicide dive on the menagerie, but Nux gets out of the way. Then Aries wins with a delayed brainbuster. Wasn't that stiff of a brainbuster, but it's kind of hard when you're a big guy to take a brainbuster because it's really dangerous. but he did hit a nice delayed one, which kind of makes up for the kind of weak brainbuster, and Aries wins off of that, and he advances in the New York City Gold Rush.
Yeah, I actually literally just saw that brainbuster. I didn't even think that Austin Aries could even pick him up.
Yeah, Austin Aries is a beast, though. Austin
Is that the
Aries
size of his ankle?
Yeah. Austin Aries? Nope. Austin Aries is one of the, best wrestler. He's the best worker in mainstream wrestling right now. Wow. Oh, man. So Aries ends up advancing in the New York City Gold Rush. Next, we have a Lashley versus Bobby Roode highlight video package. And Roode basically announces he'll be there next week to talk about his future and all that jazz. And I don't really care too awfully much about all this. Wait, I was just thinking of Cena for a second because I saw a picture of Cena on Twitter. Wow, I'm stupid. I care a lot about this. I'm tired. I just got up a little while ago. Like, I literally just got up before we started this, so forgive me, guys. But Lashley versus Bobby Roode. Roode says he's going to be there next week to announce his future and all that. Roode's I think, gonna challenge Lashley for a match at Bound for Glory, and I think Lashley's gonna accept, and then Roode takes the title off him. At least that's what I hope happens. So next, we have Magnus versus Mr. Anderson in a New York City Gold Rush tournament match. Anderson is good on the mic, but is really, really shitty in the ring. Just, God. He used to be okay in the ring, and now he's just pure shittiness because of how old he is.
Yeah.
Anderson hits the rolling senton, or rolling fireman's carry senton. Magnus gets a belly-to-back suplex. Anderson puts the foot on the bottom rope. Anderson wins with a mic check, and Mr. Anderson advances in the New York City Gold Rush. Nothing too special, just Mr. Anderson won. Cool. What do you think about that, if you saw highlights or whatever?
I haven't really got anything to say about that. It was an alright match, but nothing really too big about it.
Yeah, same. Could have been better. So yeah, next we had a team. Yeah, I did get the Hall of Fame video package thing. Team 3D video package, basically just announcing Team 3D has made the Hall of Fame. Doesn't that mean Bully Ray's in the Hall of Fame for twice for TNA?
Yeah, I think it does mean that.
Sweet. Bully Ray, first two-time Hall of Fame inductee in TNA. That's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, he got inducted actually, was it 2 years ago?
I think he was the first Hall of Fame inductee, wasn't he? Or was that Kurt Angle?
I think that was Kurt Angle.
Yeah, and then it was Bully Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, are you glad Team 3D's in the Hall of Fame? And what do you want to see Team 3D do with their careers? I'm going to go get something to
drink. What they need to do with their careers is change their name back to... Wait, they're the Dudley Boys, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the Dudley Boys, but they go by Team 3D. But I'll be right back. I'm going to get something to drink.
Back. They should change your name back. So I think they should change your name back to the Dudley Boys just because, well, why can't they do that with the Dudley Boys? They've done that with the Hardy Boys, so pretty much the same thing. Two WWE tag teams, so, well, two old WWE tag teams, which were very good tag teams, so, yeah, they should definitely change their names back and possibly, well, I think both of them have tag team titles in their future, both of those teams, so.
Oh man, of course we're out of coffee, but what were you talking about? What's your whole situation?
I was just saying that they should change their name back to the Dudley Boys, and that, and I was just giving a comparison to like the Hardy Boys, how they didn't change their name, so.
Well, the only reason they changed their name was because WWE had copyrights on the Dudley Boy thing. Because the Dudley Boys, I don't think the Dudleys is their real last name. So with the Hardys, it's their real last name, so they can't really copyright it.
Oh, right, really?
Yeah, the Dudleys, I think only one of them's real last name is Dudley.
Oh, right, well, they can't copyright that one.
Yeah, but, you know, since voice crack, since not both are, like, you know, I don't know, it's stupid. I agree with you. Joking. Okay, so there was a lot of video packages and wrestling on this. I liked this show. So we had Gail Kim versus Havoc Knockouts title video package. Gail Kim, I think Havoc's taking the title off Gail Kim at Bound for Glory.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
And then Havoc goes on like a reign of destruction until they bring someone else in new to take the title off him. Possibly, you know, if they release any divas, what diva would probably come in and be a new knockout to take the title off.
Mm.
But next we had, was this the main event? I think this was the final, yeah, this was the final New York City Gold Rush match. It was Abyss versus Samuel Shaw, and
That was a good match.
this match was shitty.
But
This
it
was
had
the
its
worst-
good parts.
This was the worst match of the night, in my opinion.
Well, well, I think every match is better when there's a chair involved.
That's true. So we had Abyss versus Samuel Shaw. Shaw sends Abyss into the steel steps, and then Abyss misses the chair shot, even though it wasn't no DQ. Shaw sends Abyss into the ring post. Shaw works over the arm. Abyss hits the choke slam, then Samuel Shaw rolls out of the ring, and then Shaw hits Abyss with a chair, and then Abyss ends up winning with the black hole slam.
Mm.
So Abyss advances, and yeah, okay match. So yeah, Abyss advances. So our main event was MVP versus Tajiri versus Mr. Anderson versus Austin Aries versus Abyss. And did I say Tajiri? I think I did. And the New
Yeah.
York City Gold Rush Finals, and the winner gets to pick the title shot of their choosing. And you see this match?
I'm just at the end of it right now, so
Okay,
I've seen most of it.
Alright, so MVP starts inside the ring talking trash, and then he goes to the outside of the ring, and then they all start brawling. MVP gets back in the ring, and Abyss is behind him. MVP tags in Mr. Anderson. Aries hits a sweet arm drag on Tajiri. Aries goes for the suicide dive, but gets kicked by MVP, who's on the apron. And then the voice crack. Wow, I'm having a lot of voice cracks today. Then there was a sweet super kick, or not sweet super kick, sweet kick by Tajiri. Abyss goes for the chokeslam on Tajiri, but he gets the green mist. Anderson hits the middle rope rolling senton. MVP tags himself in, hits the drive-by on Anderson. MVP hits the belly-to-belly throw on Aries. Suicide dive by Aries on Abyss and MVP. Aries wins with a roll-up on MVP by reversing the drive-by big boot. And Aries did like a handstand with this roll-up. So, yeah, go Aries.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I'm glad Aries won.
I'm so glad he's finally going to get his Divas title shot now.
Oh, man. Let's see. Okay, so Aries ends up, Aries wins the New York City Gold Rush, and who will Aries challenge? I honestly see him going for the X Division title.
Yeah, because isn't that basically similar to the Money in the Bank?
Yeah, you get to cash in at Destination X. If you want, you get to cash in Option C, and which he actually created, and then you get a title shot. You have to give up the X Division title.
Yeah, isn't Samoa Joe the champion at the moment?
Yep, Samoa Joe is the champion. Samoa Joe's been having some great matches. It's kind of revitalized his career, winning the title again. And that's about it. Do we have any questions? Probably not, because we're a smaller podcast, but who knows? Let's check. Ugh. check. Let's see. Let me check Twitter and see if there's anything interesting to talk about. Cat, what do you want? Cat just bit my toe. Rude. I saw something earlier about a live event from WWE. It was advertising like John Cena versus Kane again. Oh, fucking hippie wow. Like I care. Live in here's a WWE live event tonight in WWE hashtag WWE Youngstown tonight at 7:30 p.m. See Heel Ziggler, WWE Rollins, John Cena, and more at the Covelli Center 1. Tickets still available. Oh, who gives a flying fuck?
Is that just like a meet-up, like Q&A?
No, I think it's a live show. Yeah,
Oh,
live
is
show.
it?
It's gonna be shitty though. I was gonna talk about Bellator, but I forgot to take notes last night 'cause I was done for the week. Been up since 8. Really tired. But if you want to talk about Bellator a little bit, I'm gonna do it really fast. So if you didn't see Bellator last night, it was really good. Bellator ended up, it's good. The main event ended in 25 seconds. He made him tap out to the rear naked choke in 25 seconds.
I don't know what it is.
Bellator or rear naked choke?
The Bellator.
Bellator is an MMA thing on Spike.
Oh,
And
I don't know that.
Bobby Lashley fights in it.
What does he?
Yep. And yeah, he ended up winning with Lashley won his first fight in Bellator on the first episode, like a few weeks ago. He won in the second round by making them tap out, and he dominated, someone who had like, I think a 20-5 record. Lashley dominated him. So Lashley's pretty legit right now.
That's good.
Great. There's a new NXT video, Divas Action, and Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. Oh, great. It's on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Check and see if AJ Styles tweeted anything out, because I like AJ Styles, see if he has anything interesting to say.
What's your opinion on, like, loads of people wanting the Attitude Era back?
Oh, I want it back. Not necessarily an Attitude Era, but an edgy era type of thing. Get out of this PG John Cena era and do something interesting.
Yeah. I do want something like that, but my only problem is Stone Cold actually tweeted this a while back. He said everyone wants the Attitude Era back, yet you can't take a promo from Lana.
Huh, that's true.
Like, Lana, she'd be quite good in the Attitude Era. She's got good promos.
Yeah, people were hating on that whole thing with, whatchamacallit, her promo, a while ago, just like you brought up. I didn't really care that much, I get it, it was kind of soon and all that, and it was a sad situation. But still, it's wrestling. Let a heel be a heel without complaining. That's my thoughts on it.
Well, I think the WWE actually quite like people complaining about their heels. Just considering they shouldn't like their heels, because they're heels.
Yeah, that's true. So.
Yeah, but that's the problem with Eva Marie. People boo her, and Vince McMahon thinks that they just think she's a good heel, so.
Yeah, hold on, I need to let my cat out. You talk about something or whatever. I don't care. Just talk
I'll
about
talk
anything.
about Eva Marie.
Oh, fuck that bitch. I'll be right back.
Yes! Friends, since Vince McMahon's getting quite old, he ain't really realising that people just boo people that they think are really bad wrestlers, not people that are always just like bad guys. For instance, Eva Marie is meant to be a heel, but, well, she sucks. And,
Even Ree's shitty.
Yeah, I'm just saying how Vince McMahon's getting a bit older now, so he doesn't really understand why people boo people, but don't actually think they're good heels.
Yeah, even Rhea isn't a good heel. Did you see the match she had with AJ, where Paige came out and skipped around? Yeah, where Paige came out and skipped around the ring, and then even Rhea won with a botched roll-up. How do you botch a roll-up? And then she was out of nowhere. She took no damage in the match, just laying down on the outside of the ring, selling a head injury.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so shitty.
Forever.
Like, what are you doing with your life?
Oh, she's getting ready for a future Hall of Fame.
Oh, what the fuck? If that happens, oh man, I'm just waiting for John Cena to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. I will not watch that segment. I will never watch that segment.
He will be inducted, and there'll be like the ending of the Hall of Fame. It'll be like the main part.
Yeah.
Be like the Undertaker's will when he get in WrestleMania 22.
Yeah. Man. I'm done with this boring motherfucker, John Cena. But, how long have we been going? 1 hour, 5 minutes? Boom. Let me run through this. I like to check Twitter for news. It's just an easy place, because why not? I'm going to check No DQ and see if they have any news posted on Twitter.
Alright.
There's a picture on Twitter that I'm about to retweet. Go check my Twitter. It's Santino Marella, Vince McMahon, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns all in hospital beds. And it says hashtag what?
Speaking of Santino Marella, you know that he's retired?
Yeah, I know.
He's had a successful surgery, and he said that he's road to recovery, and his return is on the way, so he's going to be returning.
Yeah. Did you see... Okay. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Found some news. So, WWE, or the title of this news is hashtag WWE mutes out CM Punk crowd reaction. WWE edited out CM Punk's crowd reaction from part 1 of the WWE 2K15 roster reveal that is currently on the WWE Network. Renee Young and Steve Austin were naming stars on the game roster, and there was absolutely no crowd noise when Punk's name was mentioned. It appears they had Renee do a simple voiceover with Punk's name and use that. Punk's name comes after the 13-minute mark on part 1 of the reveal. So apparently, WWE trying to bury and get rid of CM Punk permanently.
Well, they're doing a bad job of doing that then, to be honest, because, well, he's in one of the two, like, storyline modes. Where's it?
Wait, what? CM Punk?
Yeah, him versus John Cena, like,
yeah, showcase
rivalry.
Mode.
Yeah, showcase mode, yeah, that's it. They're trying to bury him, why are they still having him in that?
Yeah.
I know there's not really that much time left, but they have pushed back the game, so I guess they could replace that rivalry with one of the DLC ones, which I reckon they've probably already made. So.
Yeah. Okay, so here's some more news. How Trish Stratus feels about the current Divas division. Ribs back in the day, I wish I had a juicy answer. I really don't. So boring. I'm going to have to make something up. Me and Lita discussed this the other day. I was like, I really have nothing. There was just that phase with us girls. As boring as it may sound, and not Total Divas episode worthy, we were all just pretty... we were all just pretty cool, all of us. I guess that doesn't make sense. Whatever. We were really great friends. We were creating something special with the women's division. There wasn't much ribbing going on, and I'm glad because it was nice. It was a really nice environment. Being in Gridlocked with Danny Glover, such a gentleman and so sweet. He's a little bit older now. He's reminded me of the wrestlers where you go backstage and wrestlers are getting up there and they're just sort of keeping to themselves and a bit quiet and don't look as alive as you remember them looking. And the minute they get in the ring, or in Danny Glover's case, the minute they call action, this man came alive and oozed charisma. He was amazing. He was really great because encouraging everyone and great job, kids, because a lot of actors on the set were younger than him. He was like, great job, kids, and thank you so much. Wait, what? Oh, wow, I just read two that meant nothing, and then I found the one about the Divas division. Wow, good job, Ian. So, right now, I was like, this has nothing to do with the Divas division. Uh, right now, you see the girls with the girls, which is fine, but you can only do so much with the same characters. Unfortunately, they don't have super developed characters at the moment. The potential is there because there's some great workers. That's what we had at the moment things shifted for us. We had the right things. There's a Trish Stratus gif. What? I want to see this. Come on, open. I want to see. Reason why TNA. Oh wow, there's a bunch of news. What? AJ Lee? There's nude photos of AJ Lee? What? Wow, dude, I love this website. Oh, she says it's not really her, it's Lily Evans, not AJ Law.
A
What?
new NXT guy has just been confirmed into the game.
Wait, what happened?
A new NXT guy's been confirmed into the game.
Who?
Corey Graves.
Oh, sweet, I liked him. Isn't he injured, though?
Yeah, he is injured. He used to be tag team champion with Adrian Neville, didn't he, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I want to say there's this video that's popped up. What? A volcano went off in Japan. And it's near a town. Wow. It was 125 miles west of Tokyo. So, I guess Japan is having issues right now again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, news on top. WWE stars returning in time for WrestleMania 31. Let's see who they say is returning. WWE had been planning to spend the next few months building up Roman Reigns with the idea that he would win the Rumble and go to challenge for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 31. He will be out of action for a few months, but even in worst case scenario, Reigns should be back in time for the Royal Rumble, and plans may not be changed that much. With Reigns out, it appears Dean Ambrose to be getting the push as the number 2 babyface for now. Reigns and Daniel Bryan should both be back around the same time. Another superstar expected to be back for WrestleMania 31 season is Batista, probably doing his farewell run. So, do you want Batista to come back and do his final run? Or do you think he should come back, only for WrestleMania season and stay a little bit after every year and just keep going for a few more years? I want to see him keep going for a few more years.
I think that would probably be best for business, but what would be best for Batista would probably be to end it this year by having his final run and probably like a match against Triple H at WrestleMania. Because he's an actor now. He was in one of the highest paid most recent movies, Guardians of the Galaxy, which is really good. He's an actor now, and because of that film, he's getting loads of opportunities in there, and there's really no point of going back to WWE after getting all that money. So
yeah, damn, this freaking pop-ups! I swear, this is bullcrap. I just download something randomly on my computer, and they don't even know what it is.
All right.
I just clicked a page GIF. I'm sorry.
Hey, Jericho had a match against Randy Orton and Night of Champions.
Yeah, I know.
It was scheduled actually for him to be facing off against Seth Rollins, apparently.
Who, Chris Jericho?
Yeah, apparently he said that in Talk Is Jericho.
Oh. Well, I would have liked to see that. But this is going to be the last piece of news, and I'm going to wrap this up so I can fix my computer. So, it is... Wait, what's this? Brock is missing WWE Hell in a Cell. Bias is not clear about trips. We noted forbear that John Cena versus Brock Lesnar is not scheduled for WWE's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It turns out that Lesnar may not be scheduled at Hell in a Cell unless things change. I hope he's there for every pay-per-view. He needs to be there for every pay-per-view if he's going to be champion.
Well, I think they should do an awesome Hell in a Cell number 1 contendership match.
Yeah.
Like a whole month of like rivalry between Brock Lesnar versus the number 1 contender, which will probably be Super Cena. So.
Yeah. I deleted that thing, but I still want this thing off my screen. But it's bugging me if you can't tell. But I agree with you on that. Man, I just hope Brock Lesnar's there every pay-per-view. He needs to be there, in my opinion. But I think that's going to wrap things up. Tell us your Twitter and YouTube, and then I'll do mine, and then we're going to be out.
Alright guys, my Twitter is insidious_gaming, and my YouTube is...
It's in the description in a minute, but continue.
Alright. And my YouTube is Insidious Gaming, where I just do WWE 2K14 Universe mode at the moment, so yeah.
Sweet. I've seen, after this I'm probably going to go watch your new episode. I was right at the Big E Langston promo, and then I got all pumped to do this. So, yeah, I'm going to go watch this afterwards, or go watch his Universe mode. Go check it out, it's good. Follow me on Twitter at EHWrestling78. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like if you haven't already. Favorite if you have an old enough YouTube account. Share this podcast. I want this podcast to grow. And eventually, if it grows, we're going to be doing giveaways. Maybe, once a month we can have a random special guest from the comments or whatever. And look forward to that, because that's probably coming up soon. And might also choose people from over on Brennan Plays forums. But my dog's going off. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys on the next one. We're out.